Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're your shortcut to getting genuinely well-informed. We sift through the noise, find the key insights from loads of sources, and bring them straight to you. Today, we're jumping right into the digital heart of Thailand. Specifically, what was buzzing across its social media in 2025. We've looked at analyses covering X, Facebook, you name it, the goal, to pull out the core stuff about what really grabbed millions of people's attention there. It's a unique way to get the pulse of a really vibrant, digitally plugged-in country. Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? Because these online chats, they're not just, quick trends that disappear. They really act like a mirror. They show you a nation's interests, what worries them, maybe even what they're hoping for. Understanding these gives us a much richer picture of the society.
That's a really important point. And it leads us straight to the data, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The stuff that helps us read that pulse. So our main source for the really high-volume trends is X's Get Day Trends site. It basically pulls together the most tweeted Thai hashtags from 2025. Now, okay, it's X data primarily, but these big trends, they tend to act as a pretty good indicator for what's happening more broadly. They often spill over onto Facebook, Insta, the whole Thai digital scene.
Yeah.
And the scale, it's just huge. We're talking millions, literally millions of tweets for the top trends. It just hammers home how active and engaged people are on social media in Thailand.
Oh, absolutely. And when we start grouping these big trends, these high volume ones, you begin to see some really clear themes popping up. It's not just about making a list. It's about figuring out the driving forces behind why these specific topics got so much traction. That gives us the deeper why.
Right. And leading the pack, really dominating. Maybe not a huge shock globally, but the sheer scale in Thailand is something else, is entertainment and celebrity culture. The numbers are just, incredible. Take hashtag GMMTV outing 2025. This hashtag was number one.
Number one, yeah.
It was for a big fan event put on by GMMTV, their massive entertainment company in Thailand, loads of popular shows, music artists, and it got 10.7 million tweets. Just think about that. Over 10 million for one fan event.
Wow.
And it wasn't just a one-off. We also saw hashtag LOFanfest 2025 D1 and hashtag LOFanfest 2025 D2. That's the Live on Love Fan Festival. Big two-day thing celebrating T-pop artists. Day one got around 9.5 million tweets. Day two, about 9.3 million.
It's huge numbers again.
Exactly. And then there was hashtag Olimpop Day, another big pop music event back in May 2025. Also pulled in around 9.5 million tweets.
What's really interesting here, I think, isn't just that it's popular, but the dedication. You see in the numbers, these fan bases are seriously committed. It's not just watching, is it? No, not at all. Passive consumption doesn't generate those kinds of numbers. What this really shows is how incredibly organized, active, and community-focused Thai fandom is. It's way beyond just liking a post. These fans are actively shaping the conversation, sometimes even influencing the industry itself. They use really quite sophisticated digital strategies.
Like coordinated tweeting.
Exactly. Mass tweeting campaigns, elaborate fan projects online and offline. It genuinely sets the Thai digital entertainment world apart. It shows this deep cultural investment in these fan communities. The online activity amplifies their shared connection, and it really shapes how the public sees their idols.
Okay, so entertainment is clearly massive. But the online world isn't just about celebrities, right? It also reflects the nation's, its heart. Let's switch gears a bit. From the fan festivals to moments that brought the whole nation together or highlighted cultural touchstones. These show how digital platforms really echo what's happening in the real world. So ranking second overall, right after that GMMTV event, was hashtag Kanban.
Yeah.
That means earthquake. About 9.7 million tweets for this one. It clearly shows this massive, urgent national conversation happening around a significant earthquake back in March 2025. It really highlights social media as the kind of go-to place for immediate news and shared concern during a national crisis.
A collective experience unfolding online.
Precisely. And then beyond these immediate crisis moments, we also see how deep-rooted cultural traditions get this huge boost online. Think about Songkran, the Thai New Year. Every April, we saw hashtags like hashtag SongkranCPWXSB and hashtag Songkran2025 or hashtag KikanFongko 2025 in Thai script related to all the water festival events. They generated around 3.8 million tweets combined. which is still a lot.
Still significant, yeah.
And the key thing here is consistency. Songkran trends every single April. It's not just a flash in the pan. It shows how deeply embedded this cultural event is and how it gets amplified online each year. It becomes this massive shared moment of, fun and tradition that everyone participates in digitally too. Lots of photos, videos.
Yeah, it really transformed social media into a kind of a digital agora, like the ancient Greek public square. It's where national identity gets discussed, reinforced, negotiated, all in real time. Whether it's sharing information and support during something serious like the earthquake or celebrating together during Songkran, these digital spaces mirror and frankly amplify what's happening offline, often much faster and wider than traditional news outlets. They give you this critical insight into the cultural heartbeat, the things that really resonate with people in Thailand. It shows how shared experiences build that national feeling in our connected world.
And it's not just purely local or national focus either.
Yeah.
Our sources definitely showed Thais engaging with global stuff too. Pop culture, big international events. Like we saw hashtag Met Gala 2025 and just hashtag Met Gala. Together, those generated, 5.3 million and 2.8 million tweets. So over 8 million tweets about the Met Gala.
Wow, that's quite high.
Isn't it? It clearly shows a strong interest in international fashion, celebrity culture, a real global awareness there. That conversation definitely crosses borders.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it wasn't just high fashion from New York. There was also hashtag DMDS Port Day 2025. This was a popular local sports day campaign. And that pulled in a massive 5.6 million tweets.
Okay.
So it shows this really interesting mix, doesn't it? A diverse range of interests online, from global glamour to really passionate local sports enthusiasm.
It really does. It tells us that, okay, the local stories, the Thai-specific stuff, it's incredibly strong and important, deep roots there. But alongside that, there's this active, significant connection to what's happening internationally. Thai social media users aren't in a bubble.
Not at all.
They're part of these global conversations, but often they'll engage with these global events through their own distinct Thai perspective. You might see unique local takes or reactions that add to the global discussion. It shows a really digitally savvy, culturally rich way of engaging with the world. They embrace both global and local trends, often with equal passion.
Okay, now we should probably touch on a more serious category. National issues, sometimes sensitive discussions. Our sources picked up significant activity around hashtags like hashtag Truth from Thailand. And this included related tags like hashtag Gerpunthal Thai Cambodia and hashtag Maranher Kantan Kan, which means Thai-Cambodian border.
Right, I saw those too.
These seem to relate to tensions or discussions about the border with Cambodia and calls for, truth back in July 2025. Combined, these generated somewhere between 7.1 million down to 2.3 million tweets, depending on the specific tag. Still, a very significant volume of conversation showing public focus on the issue. And, we need to be really clear here. As always in these deep dives, our job is just to report neutrally on what the sources showed was trending. We're simply relaying the topics and discussions that were happening online. We're not taking sides or endorsing any particular viewpoint from that original content.
Absolutely, and that impartiality is crucial. But the trend itself raises a really important point, doesn't it? It makes you ask, how do these digital platforms become places where ordinary citizens try to find information, share their opinions, and maybe even debate complex geopolitical issues?
Yeah.
These hashtags show social media playing a vital role as a space for public discourse. Even on really sensitive topics like international relations, it allows lots of different voices to chime in. The discussion unfolds very publicly, very quickly. It reflects not just public worry, perhaps, but also a desire for information, for clarity during potentially tense times. It's a powerful reflection of both, national unity on some things and maybe points of debate or concern on others.
So we've covered a lot of ground here. Entertainment fervor, national moments, both celebratory and serious, global connections, sensitive debates. If you put it all together, what's the big picture? What does this tell us overall about Thailand's online world in 2025? What are the main driving forces?
Well, pulling it all together, I think 4 key forces really stand out clearly. First, you have the massive, almost dominant power of entertainment and fan culture. And crucially, it's highly organized and very participatory, not just passive viewing.
Right. Active element.
Second, the deep resonance of cultural celebrations like Songkran and national events like the earthquake response. Social media acts like that digital town square. Third, there's a clear, strong engagement with both global pop culture like the Met Gala and local passions like that sports day. And finally, these platforms serve as a really critical space for public discussion, even on difficult national and international topics.
That makes sense. Those four pillars.
Yeah. And that combination paints a really rich, dynamic picture of what captures attention online in Thailand. And thinking practically for anyone trying to reach an audience there, like brands, this insight is golden. It highlights how important it is to not just track trends, but understand the cultural context behind them. Using relevant hashtags thoughtfully isn't just for clicks, it's about connecting with people around things they genuinely care about.
That's a great point about the practical application.
Yeah.
Now, besides these huge, often spiky, high-volume trends, our sources also pointed to something else, these sort of evergreen hashtags, more general terms used consistently across platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. They form a kind of constant background hum beneath the big trending topics.
Mm-hmm. The baseline conversation.
Exactly. Examples would be things like, well, hashtag Thailand itself, hashtag Bangkok, hashtag travel, hashtag Phuket, hashtag Thai, hashtag Thailand travel. And interestingly, also tags for neighboring countries like hashtag Indonesia, hashtag Singapore, and general ones like hashtag travel photography. These aren't usually tied to a specific breaking event or a fan campaign. They're just always there, foundational themes.
Right. And these evergreen tags provide that steady foundation for online chat. They represent the enduring interest. Travel is obviously huge, lifestyle, place identity. And also, as you mentioned, those regional connections within Southeast Asia. It reflects the constant flow of interaction and interest in the neighborhood.
Yeah, the hashtag Singapore, hashtag Indonesia tags were interesting.
Definitely. Their usefulness is huge. For regular users, it's just how they categorize their posts, right? Find related content. But for more organized campaigns, they're really valuable too. You can strategically combine these broad evergreen tags with more specific niche hashtags. That way, you reach not only the hyper-engaged audience for your specific thing, but also tap into that wider, consistently interested audience. They're like the steady beat under the changing headlines.
What a journey through Thailand's digital pulse in 2025. It's pretty amazing how much you can glean from these trends. We've seen the incredible power of organized fan culture, the way the nation comes together online during crises or celebrations like Songkran, the engagement with global fashion and local sports, and even how sensitive national issues get debated. It really feels like these trending hashtags offer a genuine, living snapshot of the country's culture, its concerns, its connections. What's the big takeaway for you, thinking about how this digital space reflects Thailand's identity?
Looking at this whole picture, the mix of intense local fandom, the deep connection to national events, both happy and sad, and the simultaneous embrace of global trends, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What does this complex digital tapestry tell us about how a nation's identity evolves in this super connected digital age? And looking forward, how might these trends keep shifting? Will certain themes become stronger? Will new ones emerge as technology changes, as global influences keep merging with local culture? It's definitely a dynamic story still unfolding, something to keep watching.
Absolutely, a fascinating space and constantly changing. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive today. Stay curious, keep asking questions, and we'll get you next time on the Deep Dive.